Welcome back to Dive Gen. Today we're going to be talking about Cyclone Alfred, and can I just firstly say I am so petrified and scared of this. I've never been through something like this before, and I'm located in Queensland, Brisbane, where it's meant to likely hit the most, and I am very scared. I'm going to share some videos and things that I've seen online about this, just to spread a bit more of awareness and how we can best put ourselves in a position where we're a bit more prepared for it, because I'm really nervous and I don't know what to expect, because they do say it's unpredictable. There's only so much that they can kind of give us info about. Thankfully, at least we have the warning and we have been able to prepare, but let me tell you, a lot of the stores are bare, and because people are just buying everything. And I'm going to share some photos about what it looked like. I literally went to my local supermarket and there was empty shelves. The fruit and veg aisles were empty, for the most part. There was only a few outlier items left. The meats, people have taken all the mince and stuff, and a lot of the chicken as well that I saw. I tried to get a power bank at JB Hi-Fi and there was none left. I then went online, I checked Kmart, Officeworks, where else did I check? There was so many. I checked 5 Target, I checked 5 different stores. None of them had any, and they're all out of stock, don't have any. Thankfully I got one offline from Facebook Marketplace. I love that so much, always has a lot of good stuff. So yeah, thankfully we were able to get one through there. But yeah, let's go through kind of a few of the videos I found and some information I thought would be a bit helpful, or could be, in the lead up to the storm. It's meant to hit early this morning, so I guess I won't be getting much sleep because I'll be freaking out. I am very anxious for this because it's I hate not knowing what's going to happen, but it's just what it is. I guess it's out of my control, unfortunately. So yeah, let's go into video number 1. So there's a lot of flood warnings for everywhere because it's just so much water, so much rain, and yeah, it's just very scary. So to already have somewhere flooded like that just says a lot about what's to come, and yeah, I'm really nervous. So let's go to the next video.
As communities prepare for Cyclone Alfred, when and where he crosses is key.
If it is to cross at high tide, it makes it a far more challenging prospect.
Because of the risk of a storm surge caused by the abnormal rise of sea levels. In a worst-case scenario on the Gold Coast, 6,000 homes could be impacted.
Every scenario that has been modelled indicates not a good outcome for our city.
Parts of Surfers Paradise, Elanora and Paradise Point are expected to be worst hit. On the Sunshine Coast, Pelican Waters is just one of 8 suburbs authorities are keeping a close eye on. The council releasing a full map of the areas at risk of flooding. Predictions of a storm surge at 500 millimetres above the highest astronomical tide would impact nearly 1,600 homes on the Sunshine Coast and 50 in the Moreton Bay region, including here in Scarborough.
There is king tides and there is flooding here.
This Shorncliffe business has flooded before and expects it might again.
We have many sandbag and we will put the nylon here, stick to the wall and put the sandbag here to the front door.
This area of Deagon flooded in 2022. The water levels coming up to homes, forcing many people to evacuate. They still get nervous when it rains, and with a potential cyclone coming, some are choosing to leave.
If somebody knocks on your door in the days ahead and explains the kind of area that you're in and what is expected, please listen to their advice.
To avoid being caught in a dangerous event.
And in breaking news, Brisbane City Council has released their storm surge and flood mapping data based on the latest forecast. The council is predicting 15 suburbs, including Nudgee Beach, Brighton, Windsor, Ashgrove and Rocklea, could be impacted. It's estimated that 20,000 properties could be affected across the city from Thursday from storm surge or from flooding, either water in backyards or reaching into homes. All of that information is now available to the public on council council's websites, and residents are urged to take a look at it to know their risk as Alfred approaches.
Great advice. Rosanna Kingson there in the newsroom.
That's so scary. Like, it's really sad too, because losing your home would be devastating. Like, everything in the house you most likely lose. There's only so much you can take or fit in a car, and it's just scary, like, to think it's gonna just be taken away like so quickly. Oh, it's so nerve-wracking. Let's go on to the next video.
I want to be prepared in case I shit myself like 12 times a day. Yep, heaps of toilet paper. And I'll probably have like a 15 egg omelette for every meal. Yep, eggs. And you'll probably have, what, 2 glasses of milk with every omelette? Oh, at least. And maybe some bottles of water. I think only if we can get Fiji. And should I just buy a bunch of random batteries? Like, what if the TV remote dies? True, that would suck. What about like fruit and veg? What would we do with that though? Yeah, I don't know why I said that. What about some bread though? Yes, it'll go moldy in like 3 days, but for that 3 days, bro, living like kings, dude. Not multigrain though. Yeah, no, obviously not the multi.
I think a lot of us are coping through this with humour because we're trying to mask how we really feel. I know that for me, that is true, because in the stores, people are literally ransacking the waters. I went into the shops last night, and the poor people who were unpacking the stuff, there was people waiting for them because they had waters on their like carton thing that they unpack and unload onto the shelves, and there was people just waiting there for them to unload that so they could grab it quickly. It was actually really annoying because I saw this like one group of people, there was like 4 of them, and between them they had like 4 like things of waters. Can't remember what they're called, but they're like the packs of waters. I mean, who knows, they might have a big family and actually really need it, but I just thought, well, they've got 4 between them, and some people don't even have 1 because people are taking so many at a time. So yeah, I guess everyone's circumstances are different and we don't fully understand, but I just thought it was a bit because, you know, there's people that don't even have 1 and they're just trying to get 1 pack and they can't because people are taking multiple. So it's a bit frustrating. And when I went in there, the fruit and veg was bare. There was, yeah, the meat ransacked. No milk, barely any milk left as well. I'm glad I got some the day before, like a few days before. And the toilet paper. Where I went, there was a few toilet papers left, but for the most part, it was pretty bare. But I was just like, oh my goodness, it feels like COVID all over again. The whole like everyone panic buying and overbuying and leaving nothing for anyone else, and even like the beans, like the stored canned goods, a lot of people were ransacking those as well. And now I want to go through some information I found on Threads that I thought might be a bit useful, just some tips, so I'll go through those now. The first part of this thread, it seems as if Brisbane might be hit with a Cat 2 cyclone in the next few days. In the 23 years I was living in the Pilbara, I experienced a few Cat 4 and 5 cyclones. I'd like to offer some advice. Oh my goodness. Cat 4 and 5, I'd be beside myself. Firstly, if it hits as a Cat 2, it'll be like a really bad storm times 10. Nothing like a Cat 4, but enough to pull down trees and power lines. The water supply should be fine, unless it floods. Fill empty containers with water so you can keep hydrated, stay clean and flush. That was something I totally forgot about, is flushing the toilet, because you need water for that. I didn't even think about that until I read this and I was like, oh, right, that makes sense. The next part was, if your power goes out, open your fridge sparingly. If it's out for longer than 48 hours, transfer your fridge items to the freezer and wrap your frozen items in paper or towels. If it's going to hit 50 to 100 kilometers from you, you may not notice much, except it'll be blustery. Stay safe, make sure you have power banks and a light source. Listen to the radio or on an app. Generally, most people have enough food in their pantry and fridge to last a couple of days. Don't panic buy. People have definitely panic bought. Next one. Depending on the speed, the cyclone should pass within 12 hours. Hopefully it's not like the Cat 1, which I experienced when it lingered over the town for 2 days. 2 days? You'll hear bumps, rattles and crashes if it hits at night. Try not to go outside if you can. There could be hazards in the dark. Make sure you have the emergency numbers on hand if you need it. No guarantee they'll come out during the cyclone though. They have their own lives to think about. Very true. Next is, if your roof comes off or any major structural damage, huddle in a bathroom under a mattress or blankets. Again, emergency services are there to help, but if it's too hairy, they may have to wait for the cyclone to pass. Still make the call if it's an emergency though. Afterwards, please don't get in your car and sightsee. Let emergency crews do their work. If you go outside, wear your shoes and try to be sane through it all. No cyclone parties. People do stupid at the worst times. That's very true. And she wanted to add one more thing, which was in regards to cyclone insurance. If you're thinking, oh shit, my car or house isn't insured for storms or cyclones, it's too late. You can buy insurance, but if you try and claim, there's a damn good chance the insurance company will knock back your claim because you bought it 72 hours or less prior to the cyclone. A friend of mine got knocked back before a Cat 4 cyclone because she bought her insurance the day before. Her car was a write-off. So I just thought some of those would be a little bit helpful. I didn't know about some of those, and I thought it was a bit of information that I could find useful, especially the thing about the bathroom as well. I did see someone posted a video of like they'd built like they had a mattress on top and it was like a little shelter underneath, and like had goods in the shower, like things that they might need. So that was kind of like a good idea as well. And yeah, let's go on to the next video.
This is everything we bought in preparation for Cyclone Alfred.
Matcha.
A storage container, cream eggs, chocolate eggs, caramel eggs, caramello eggs, crunchy eggs, Smarties eggs, Kit Kat eggs, and Oreo eggs. So I think we're good to go. Good luck, everyone.
Okay, well, we know what they're eating. It's chocolate the whole time. I did get some chocolate because I love snacking, so yes, couldn't not go without it, but they definitely got a whole like tub full of them. Let's go to the next video.
Alfred! No! Damn you, Alfred!
No, you don't understand, Chris. As soon as this wind hits, this thing's...
He's coming.
Just hold on, my dear friend. Alfred may not get you.
You see that? Alfred's coming. We gotta go.
I don't think it's safe to be out here. Alfred. Take it, Alfred. Lock the door.
You got me.
It's not a joke, but like I'm just surviving through this with humor because it's scary and I don't know how else to like combat it. But I just think these videos are like comforting that we're all like collectively feeling this way. So let's go to the next video. People in Australia, oh, there's a cyclone. Oh, let's go surf in it. Like, no, I don't know. I don't know how they're doing that. Like, that is, guys, that's not safe. I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. How are you doing that? I don't know. I don't know how they're so like chill, laid out about it. I'm just like stressing. Could not be me. Let's go to the next video.
Queensland. We're famous for our summers, but also our cyclones. So let's get prepared. A cyclone watch has just been issued. This means that we can expect gale force winds within 48 hours. So let's start getting ready. Check your emergency plan and kit. Clean up your yard, secure any loose items, fuel up your car, and check on your neighbours. We are now expecting gale force winds within 24 hours. This means that the watch is now a warning. So make sure you've tuned into alerts and evacuation advice. Charge your electronic devices, turn off your utilities, protect your windows, and find a secure place within your home to shelter. Every cyclone is different, but all are dangerous. When it comes to cyclones, we use a category system to rate their intensity. Category 1, winds at this speed can damage crops and blow over any unsecured items. Category 2, trees are now falling down and homes are suffering structural damage. It's now very dangerous to be outside. The rain is falling sideways and you can't see 50 meters in front of you. Category 3, sometimes people say it's just a Cat 3, but roofs are now being ripped from homes and large debris is flying through the air. The risk of injury is real. Category 4, most trees have fallen down. Homes have suffered significant structural damage. Caravans are being destroyed and blown away. Category 5, bringing widespread destruction. Almost all the trees have already fallen down, roofs are failing and walls are collapsing. Remember Cyclone Yazi in 2011? This is just like that. But wind isn't the only impact that cyclones bring. They can also cause storm surge or flash flooding, which can be even more devastating. This is what 1 meter of water looks like. It's enough to knock me off my feet, it can float cars, and there can be hidden dangers underneath the surface, such as fallen power lines and chemicals that are being carried away by the water. The water is now 2 meters, which is now above my head, and is also above the ground floor of most homes. The water is now 3 meters high. This is a life-threatening situation, and there can be dangers hidden beneath the surface of the water. Even as the water begins to recede, it can still take days for the power to turn back on and for shops to reopen. So make sure you're ready with 3 days of food and supplies. Always know your weather, know your risk, make a plan and pack a kit. Stay informed. Register for alerts with www.bom.gov.au and your local council. Or visit www.getready.qld.gov.au.
I wanted to share that one because it was really informative, and I'm a visual person personally, so I really like that it showed what it looked like physically, and it had some really good pointers in there. It's just so scary to think about because supposedly ours is a Cat 2, a stable Cat 2, but they said it could like progress into like a Cat 3 in terms of like the wind. So that's really scary to think about. So just stay safe, like have like an area. They say apparently like in that form the bathroom was like the safest or one of the safest. Obviously it depends on the layout of your house as well as to where might be the most appropriate and safest spot. Obviously it's different, everyone's layout is different for their home or apartment or unit, complex, whichever. But yeah, that video was really important and I wanted to share it. So let's go to the next video.
There's a dangerous cyclone heading directly for us and we've been warned to prepare for the worst, so let's go do that. First stop, Kmart. Girl, what do you even buy when there's a cyclone coming? Okay, I know what to do. We're going to go towards the camping section because I'm basically going to be camping if I lose power. Great, they've sold out of gas stoves. Excuse me, do you guys have any of the portable gas stoves?
We'll see if they're up there and just bring whatever.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. She found one at the back and I also got a camping light because I'm scared of the dark. Oh my God. There is no water What the hell? Okay, next thing I'm thinking is like baked beans, tuna, that type of thing. So let's see if they're empty too. There's food here, thank God. Also, this on a toasted sandwich is lit with some cheese, but I don't think I can add cheese because I won't have a fridge. Since when do baked beans have taco flavor and pizza flavor? Definitely trying that. Oh my God, you can get ravioli in cans now? Brown rice keema and peri-peri tuna. Gotta get some mee goreng. Now I'm going to prepare my house, but I also have to put my car on charge in case we need to evacuate. I'm currently on 57%. Because there was no water, I've filled up all my water bottles and I've even filled up the kettle in case something happens to the water supply. These lights are massive. And it's bright, that's good. I've also got my influencer lights charged up and my battery pack. My fan is also battery operated, so I'm just charging that at the moment because I cannot sleep without a fan. I don't know if I need to remove my outdoor furniture. Let me show you. It's got holes in it, so I don't feel like it's gonna fly anywhere, but maybe we'll remove these little cushions. Now the only thing left to do is take Miss Dream for a walk. You wanna go for a walk? Okay, our walk has turned into a run because it's starting to rain. Be safe, everyone.
Yes. As you can see, no waters. Everyone's buying them. Just as soon as they're on the shelves, people are taking them. It's just ridiculous. And they're taking multiples, some people, leaving none for no one else. Let's go. They're just, yeah, as you can see, bare shelves. Just people are ransacking them. And there's barely anything left. So let's go to the next video.
In the coming hours, the cyclone watch for southeast Queensland is expected to become a cyclone warning. So what we are advising to Queenslanders today, in a largely populated area of Queensland, is very important information. The system has intensified to a Category 2 overnight, and all of the modelling at the moment from the Bureau of Meteorology does show it taking a turn back into the coast overnight and continuing to cross the coast. We are prepared. We're asking Queenslanders to do the same. This is a very rare event for southeast Queensland, but it's not unprecedented, and we are asking you to take it seriously. I want you to know we are, and I have every faith that we'll get through it, and I want to thank Queenslanders for the way they have responded in getting ready today.
Yeah, so Category 2, and I'm just very nervous. So let's go to the next video.
No.
Literally, like, I haven't even wrapped my head around it that this will be happening in the next like 10-12 hours maybe. It's just scary to think about, and you don't like actualize it until it's happening, and then when you're in it, you're like, oh my God, this is happening. Anyway, that's how I kind of work. But let's go to the next video.
24 hours, our house is about to get hit by a cyclone.
Yeah, we have never in our lives experienced this before. I guess we've not really got any idea what to expect, but we need to prepare for the worst just in case. But here is the latest update. Does it confirm that the cyclone is heading directly for our house? Yes, it does. Which is always reassuring. The reports are actually telling everyone in our area to expect winds up to 130 kilometers an hour, floods, power outages, you name it.
You know what's crazy? Is in the UK, there was a cyclone. Everybody got, there's a cyclone.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Here in Australia, everyone's just like, cyclone, dude. Don't worry about it.
But what do we actually need to do to prepare for a Category 2 cyclone? Apparently you need a lot of supplies like water, batteries, torches, extra food, and duct taping windows is a must so they don't break. So yeah, we're taping up all of the windows that we can possibly reach.
This weather right now, I would not say there's a cyclone on the way.
I'm literally carrying some. It was kind of weird, but apparently you should fill up your bathtub in case the water supply gets cut out so that you've got a giant emergency drinking bowl. We're actually also putting all of our important documents and things that we value in one box just in case we need to leave the house quickly and we need to just grab it and go. Currently outside it's quite windy, but by this time tomorrow and over the next few days I think it's going to be a whole different story. But we'll be keeping you all updated over the next few days.
Yeah, like here it's already pretty windy. So I just can't imagine what it's going to be like later. next video.
Today is day 2 of prepping for a cyclone to hit our house. So the current update is that the cyclone is still very much heading straight for our house and is actually forecast to hit either tomorrow or on Thursday. Yesterday we basically spent the whole entire day preparing, but we do still have some major things that we do need to still do today. After spending a while reading through some of your guys' comments, you all suggested for us to get sandbags for our front door to basically stop any flooding.
Looking for sandbags. Do you have any sandbags? No. We're sold out of bags.
Guys, we cannot get a single sandbag anywhere. It's kind of stressing us out because now we don't have anything to block our front door and there's a gap under our door. We're actually feeling quite prepared now with our house, but to be honest, we're not actually too worried about ourselves. It's more so making sure that our dogs are okay. So obviously it's really important for us to get some anti-anxiety medication for our girls, just in case it gets too loud and they get super scared.
Are you worried about the cyclone or are you not fussed? You don't look too
The
fast.
thing is, a few of you guys actually think we're being a bit over dramatic, but hey, there's no harm in being over prepared. We need to look out for ourselves and our dogs. And the final piece of advice that we've been told to follow is set up a safe space that we can sleep in, that we feel comfortable in. And because our house is 2-story, we don't really feel safe being upstairs sleeping, so we think this is going to be our designated safe space where we're going to grab a mattress from upstairs, put it here, get all cozy, and we feel safe here because we're downstairs and I think we're protected from the wind in this little like safe lounge area. But make sure you come back tomorrow for another update to see if the cyclone has hit us yet.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm the same mentality. I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. That is something I always go by, because if you're over prepared, you feel a bit more comfortable and stable and you know that you've got everything, whereas if you're under prepared, it makes me personally feel very anxious and I don't like that feeling, so I try to avoid that where I can. But yeah, another thing is torches. We don't have any, but we have candles and matches, so that's kind of like our substitute for that. We don't have a bath, so we can't fill that with water, but that is a very good idea as well. I saw in the news there was like apparently people waiting 5.5 hours at 12 at midnight to line up to get sandbags in their cars, and that would be so scary, just waiting anxiously to get sandbags to put at your door because you're worried it's going to flood. Like, it's so scary being in this position, and like I'm so anxious right now, and I feel like a lot of other people will be as well. So guys, please stay safe, make sure you're prepared, and yeah, we're all doing the best that we can. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you next time and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.